Hi, I'm Jennifer Hollick with Ancestral Souls and the World War II Research and Writing Center. This morning, I'd like to share a few tools with you to help you move through this 1111 portal that is happening today, the divine feminine energies that are getting ready to expand on the planet, and the energies that are coming in for the rest of 2020. Now, the tools that I share can be used anytime, even beyond 2020, but they are crucial for a lot of us to have them in our toolbox right now. So as we move through the rest of this year, we're going to be confronted with a lot of information that may bump up against our current beliefs, things we've been taught since birth, things we might have come into this body with from past lives, things that we've learned from the news or from our teachers, our religious leaders, family members, society, loved ones. It doesn't really matter where we learned it, but it's a time of unlearning. It's a time of setting our ego aside and admitting that nobody is perfect, nobody has all the answers, and it's time for each of us to go inside and say, okay, with this new piece of information, while it's doing my head in and making me a bit crazy, is there something here? And as we move through the rest of this year, there's going to be a lot of information, and even into the first part of 2021, a tremendous amount that's going to push us to our mental limits if we allow ourselves to stay in the head. We do have the choice to go within, listen to our soul, our higher selves, our angels, our guides, God, creator, whatever you want to call that, the ascended masters, archangels, star races. It doesn't matter who you're connected to. You can tune into all of them and really look at the information that's coming up and how is it affecting you. So one of the ways that it's probably going to affect everyone, no matter how long you've been on a journey, how much inner spiritual work you've done, how many layers of stuff you've cleared out, is we're all going to be triggered in some way by much of the information that's coming out. Even if you've been studying it for years, like some people, or you've been aware of it for a month or a year, it doesn't matter. You're probably going to learn something that you didn't know and that is triggering some kind of reaction inside of you. And a reaction that comes up and makes you feel weird or bad or makes you want to lash out at somebody or something is an indication of a trauma that's buried somewhere within your body, within your energy system. When those triggers come up, we have a choice. We can either react, which may cause a lot of problems for us and whoever we're interacting with later, or we can step back, ground and center, and choose to respond and come from a place of peace and love, non-judgment, which I know we're taught to judge the heck out of everything, but we have to set our ego aside and step out of judgment as much as possible, especially moving forward. So when you are triggered and you want to respond or react instead of respond, or you feel like your body is just freaking out, or your mind starts racing and freaking out, and you're not sure what to do with this information, or something else happens and you think, oh my gosh, this is horrible, it's worse than what happened before, what do I do, how am I going to cope? Stop. Take 3 very deep breaths from your belly. Gently exhale them out. And just come back into yourself for a moment. That's one way to handle the trauma responses, the triggers that come up. You can keep breathing beyond 3 breaths. Sometimes just the practice of deep breathing and closing our eyes and centering gives us the opportunity to respond instead of lashing out or doing something that's not going to be good for us. We can also just jump back in our bodies and acknowledge what is in this moment. And so how do we do that? Well, you can sit or you can stand, doesn't matter, lay on the floor and just look around and notice 3 to 5 things that are in your space. So as I look around now, I see a stack of books on my desk that I'm reading. I see my sweater sitting on the recliner. I see my curio cabinet with a lot of my veteran photos, and today's Veterans Day also, so I'm thinking of them. I see my boy's shoes on the floor. So that's, I'm figuring out exactly where I am. Where is my body right now? You can also sit quietly and listen. What do you hear? And as you're doing that, just breathe gently. So what do I hear? I hear my laptop, the fan just went off. I hear the refrigerator. I hear one of my boys upstairs moving around a little bit. He's getting ready for school. So we can also take that a step further and close our eyes, take a few deep breaths, and breathe in and out and notice, what do we smell? What do I smell this morning? This morning, the house just smells like it normally does. I don't smell the stinky teenage boy shoes. Nobody's cooked bacon today. I haven't burned any candles yet today that have a scent. So the house just kind of smells normal. Nobody's visiting me, smoking a cigar. So sometimes, people show up from the other side and you can smell them. And using these techniques, you can recenter in your body, refocus, listen to that inner voice. Another thing that you can do is ground your energy. So I'm going to give you a couple different ways to do this. One, you can close your eyes and you can do the seated or standing. If you're seated, keep your feet on the floor and just imagine that the lower half of your body is a tree trunk. And out through the bottoms of your feet, pushing down into Mother Earth, all the way to the heart of Mother Earth, are these energetic branches coming off of you. And they're pushing down into the earth, connecting to the heart. And you are just going to breathe into that and push out any energy, any triggers, any frustration, whatever's coming up for you, push it down into the earth and just let it go. You can thank Mother Earth for taking this from you. And then you can pull energy up from the heart of Mother Earth. Pull it back up through your feet, your calves, your knees, your thighs, your hips, your belly, low back, your chest, your heart, into your throat, up to your third eye and out your crown. And just let it shower around you and bathe in that glorious earth energy. Another way to ground, if you want a more spiritual approach, is to close your eyes and allow your crown chakra, which sits above your head, to just visualize it opening up and receiving white light and unconditional love, maybe a golden healing light from God, Source, Creator, whatever you're connecting with up there that you want to call that, and allow it to just flow down through you and move down through every single cell, organ, tissue, muscle of your body. Also allow it to illuminate your central channel, which runs in from your crown chakra all the way down to your root in front of your spine. And as you're being filled with this unconditional love and white light, then you can also expand that central channel and pillar of light until it extends out past your physical body and even out past your energy body, just sourcing you. And then with that, you can picture a grounding cord going around your low hips, your low belly, and your low back. And a grounding cord could look a little bit like a belt, like an energetic light belt. You can make it clear white light. You can make it one of the colors of the chakras, depends on what you need that day or in that moment. And just picture this belt around your low belly, your low back, your hips, And from that extends down into the earth this grounding cord of light, similar to your tree trunks. And you can picture that grounding cord going all the way down into the earth and connecting with the heart. And again, breathing through, you can just release everything down that grounding cord you don't need. And then again, you can pull the energy back up into your body, the same way we did with our tree trunks. So those are a few ways that as we move through the rest of this year and next year, these are just great tools to have in your toolbox to help you ground and center and refocus and listen to your inner voice, your higher knowing. Because whatever's going on in the world, and there's a lot, it's all right now for our highest good. Even though a lot of it looks like chaos and it hurts and it's frustrating and we don't understand a lot of it, there are so many layers to what's happening that the more we go within and do our inner work and have our peace, the easier everything else on the outside will be. And that's not to say that when you have that inner peace today, that tomorrow you're not going to feel freaked out or something's not going to happen and you're going to be confused or hurt or triggered. The healing is like a spiral or like peeling an onion. You peel off the top layer, and then when your system and body are ready for the next layer, it will show up. It's not a one and done, even though a lot of people would like to think it is, and a lot of people get angry that it's not. It's not. So just use these tools, keep going within, keep working with your other energetic tools, work on clearing and balancing your chakras. That is also a service that I am now offering clients for a 1-hour session where we can remove limiting beliefs, blocks that are holding you back, and help clear out your energy field a little bit to help you move to the next step. It's life-changing, and it's just amazing what can happen and how much peace it can bring and how much more secure and safe and less fearful you feel when you do this kind of work. So I hope you all have an amazing 11/11 day. Thank you to all of our veterans who have served. Thank you to all of those who are serving now. And I'd love to hear if you're using any of these tools, or maybe you have a variation of some of these tools, because there's not one right way to use any of this. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. And if you're interested, my Ancestral Souls Facebook group, I recently changed the name from Genealogy Ancestral Lineage Healing, is having another Zoom on Saturday for group members. The information is within the group, so you can go to Facebook and look up Ancestral Souls Group. And if you join, then you'll have access to a lot of different resources, videos, books, things that we're sharing about our own journeys. And then on Saturday, 10 a.m. Central, we will have a group Zoom for anybody who would like to join us. And I will be leading after a guided meditation where we ground and center, a tool to help you connect with your ancestors. And it might be a little different than other things you've tried or read about or heard about. But it's really interesting. So I hope you'll join us there. And I hope you all have a blessed day.